for quite some time. He brings boundless energy, a great interviewing style, and a deep knowledge of pop culture. Bush will become a part of Today starting in August to coincide with NBC's coverage of the Summer Olympics in Rio. As of now, Bush will be joining Today's 9 a.m. lineup, which will include Tamron Hall, Al Roker, and Willie Gates, bearing any further changes. 44-year-old television personality joined Access Hollywood in 2001 and has served as the host for the Miss Universe pageant. Revenge actress Madeleine Stowe has been granted a protective order after a dangerous encounter with an armed burglar last fall. Law enforcement's documented obtained by TMZ state Stowe was robbed at gunpoint at her home in September while she slept naked next to her husband, Brian Benben. The alleged robber, Walter Canales, was reportedly arrested several months later during another heist and charged with various misdemeanors and felony counts including robbery, burglary, trespassing, and sexual battery. Canales pleaded not guilty to the charges people reported. In a document, Stowe recounted her face-to-face encounter with the burglar, who in broken English demanded valuable goods. At the time of the robbery, Canales escaped with $75,000 worth of jewelry in tow, according to TMZ. Kim Kardashian will keep posting more of her controversial nude selfies. The 35-year-old reality star promised as much while attending the 2016 Webby Awards. The annual awards shows honors excellence on the internet and took place at the Caprini Wall Street on Monday. Kardashian won the first ever Break the Internet award in recognition of her unparalleled success online. Each winner was allotted 5 words for their acceptance speech, and the reality star used her to vow naked selfies until I die. Web Awards executive producer Casey Patterson told Mashable, no matter how you feel about Kim, there isn't a person who doesn't respect what she's been able to build in this world. He explained she's harnessed the internet in a way that people prior to her just hadn't done. It's an unbelievable pace to talk about her and her cultural significance. Kardashian has nearly 116 million followers on social media and launched a successful mobile game in 2014. She made headlines in March for sharing a new post-baby selfie that sparked a conversation about body shaming versus body positivity. The star wrote in response to criticism, "I'm empowered by my body, I'm empowered by my sexuality, I'm empowered by feeling comfortable in my skin. I'm empowered by showing the world my flaws and not being afraid of what anyone is going to say about it." The Webby Awards lauded Kardashian as the leading celebrity in online presence and understanding on how to connect with a global audience online. The reality star also reaches fans via her family's E-series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. In a related story, Rob Kardashian revealed over his future bride Blac Chyna and their baby in an Instagram post. Under a photo of the model basking in the sun on a Miami balcony in a cropped top showing her slightly baby bump, Kardashian wrote, "My beautiful babies in Miami." The smitten reality television star followed the caption with a line of emojis, including a bride, baby, and heart-eyed faces. The post comes after Kardashian described expecting with his wife to be as exciting. The star told E! News of his impending parenthood, "I mean, it's my first time, so everything is exciting, literally. I'm happy. I just like to keep it private as can be." Kardashian and Chyna were first linked in January and became engaged in April. The couple announced they were expecting their first child May 6th, but reportedly intended to reveal the news on Mother's Day, May 8th. Chrissy Teigen was taken aback by responses to her recent post-baby outing. The 30-year-old model discussed mom shaming on Tuesday's episode of Good Morning America after facing backlash for a post-baby dinner date with husband John Legend in April. Teigen explained, "We needed a break. We needed to go enjoy each other's company and be out. We were gone for an hour. We had a good meal together. I think happy mommy, happy daddy, happy baby." She admitted, "I used to read mommy blogs like crazy, so I knew mommy shaming was a thing, but I didn't think it would come from going to dinner. That was something I didn't think it would happen. It just keeps going on and on." Teigen came under fire when she and Legend were spotted at dinner 9 days after welcoming daughter Luna. The couple are focused instead on enjoying their time as a family and celebrate Teigen's first Mother's Day on May 8th. The mother told Entertainment Tonight, "We're so happy. It's been really exciting and fun, and every day is so different, and seeing all of her little changes is so cute." She shared, This is no feeling like that first little smile, your first Mother's Day, which is so beautiful and sweet to me. The entire day my eyes were on the verge of tears because I was so happy." Legend has defended Teigen after the outing, tweeting, "Funny, there's no dad shaming." The 37-year-old singer last released Love in the Future in 2013, while Teigen co-hosts Spike TV series Lip Sync Battle. A passing to report. Guy Clark, prolific country singer-songwriter, has died at the age of 74. Confirmed by his manager Keith Case on his official Facebook page, Clark died after battling cancer for several years. Known for his literary songwriting style, Clark penned classics such as Desperados, Waiting for a Train, Megalonia Win, LA Freeway, and Magdalene. Clark would often collaborate, record, and mentor fellow country acts such as Rodney Crowell, Townes Van Zandt, Steve Earle, Lyle Lovett, and Emmylou Harris. Though never a top-selling artist himself as a singer, he wrote chart-topping hits including Heartbroke for Ricky Skaggs, Oklahoma Borderline for Vince Gill, and She's Crazy for Leaving for Crowell, among others. Over his long career and 13 albums, Clark was nominated for multiple Grammy Awards and finally took home one in 2014 for his last release, My Favorite Picture of You, which was dedicated to his deceased wife, Susanna, who died from lung cancer in 2012. Clark is survived by his son Travis and daughter-in-law Krista McTurdy Clark. New Orleans-born rapper Juvenile reportedly attacked a man at a Waffle House in South Carolina Friday night, according to TMZ. TMZ reports that Juvenile was with his wife and some friends when a man said, "Juvenile's here comes all the hoes now." Juvenile's wife apparently was insulted by the comments, prompting Juvenile and his friends to jump the man. TMZ reports that Juvenile was in Greenville, South Carolina for the Legends of Southern Hip Hop tour. In an Instagram post, Kesha confirms that she will not perform at the Billboard Music Awards, but explained it was not because she was planning to reference her ongoing legal battle with Dr. Luke. Kesha wrote, "I was very excited to perform a tribute to Bob Dylan by singing a cover of It Ain't Me, Babe at the Billboard Awards this year. I'm very sad and sorry to say I won't be allowed to do this. I just wanted to make very clear that this performance was about me honoring one of my favorite songwriters of all time, hasn't had anything to do at all with Dr. Luke. I was never going to use a picture of him, speak of him, or allude to my legal situation in any way. I simply wanted to sing a song I love to honor an artist I have always looked up to. Thank you all for the continued support." Dr. Luke's Kemosabe Records will not allow Kesha to perform at the Billboard Music Awards Sunday, May 22nd, Billboard's reports. Rumors that Kesha would take the stage at the BMAs surfaced last week, and according to a statement issued by Dick Clark Productions, Kesha had accepted an invitation to perform with written approval from Kemosabe. The statement, however, continues. Kemosabe subsequently rescinded its approval following a media report on Wednesday, May 11th, regarding Kesha's performance and appearance on the Billboard Music Awards. Fortunately, Kesha and Kemosabe have since been unable to come to an agreement for Kesha to perform on the show. According to a report from TMZ, on the 11th, Kesha was allegedly planning to make direct reference to her legal fight with Dr. Luke during her Billboard Music Awards performance. The singer has accused the producer of sexual and verbal abuse, but remains attached to Kemosabe after a judge denied her an injunction that would allow her to record new music outside the label. Dick Clark Productions provided no further details about the disagreement, but said they would remain hopeful that the issue would be resolved by Sunday. In March, Kesha appealed the judge's injunction denial, but despite ongoing court battles, has also begun to return to music. In April, the pop star teamed with Zedd for True Colors, the first single since 2013's Timber, while last week she covered Lady Gaga's Oscar-nominated song Till It Happens to You at the Humane Society Gala in Los Angeles. This summer, Kesha will also take part in at least 3 of the Diplo's Mad Decent block party gigs: August 7th at Brooklyn's MCU Park, August 21st at Chicago's First Met Bank Pavilion, and the tour-ending visit to LA Center Studios on October 1st. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1980, Ian Curtis of Joy Division commits suicide. On the evening of May 18, 1980, Ian Curtis, the lead singer and lyricist of the British group Joy Division, hangs himself in his Manchester kitchen. He was only 23. Joy Division was one of the 4 hugely important British post-punk bands that could trace its origins to a now legendary performance by the Sex Pistols at the Leicester Free Trade Hall in Manchester in June 1976. Along with founding members of the Buzzcocks, the Smiths, and the Fall, Bernard Sumner and Peter Hook decided in the immediate aftermath of that show to form a band. And while its do-it-yourself ethos of the Sex Pistols gave them the courage to call themselves a band where they could barely play their newly purchased instruments, the band they ended up becoming was among the first punk-inspired groups to leave the punk rock sound behind. The critical step in that direction was the selection of Ian Curtis from among the respondents to the singer's wanted listing they posted in the local record store. Curtis was a less than aspiring rock star than he was an inspiring poet, and his moody, expressive lyrics would gradually guide the group's sound away from the trash and anger of punk and towards something far more spiritual and melancholy. The sound that Joy Division developed over the course of 1977 to 1979, including the additions of the synthesizer, an absolute violation of the lofty punk aesthetic, but a choice that would mark the beginning of what would eventually be called a new wave. The 1979 album Unknown Pleasures, its follow-up Control, and the single Love Will Tear Us Apart made Joy Division into cult heroes in the U.S., and Ian Curtis's mesmerizing stage demeanor turned him into a post-punk icon. Though he concealed his condition from his bandmates until he suffered a major seizure in their tour van following a gig in London in December 1978, Curtis was an epileptic. Some have speculated that depression over his medical condition or the side effects of the medication he took to control it led to his suicide. There are many other factors that have played a role, however, from Curtis's drug use to the strain of his marriage brought about by his affair with the Belgian journalist. Whatever reasons, Ian Curtis took his own life just 2 days prior to Joy Division's planned departure on a potentially career-changing tour of the United States. 2 months after Curtis committed suicide on this date in 1980, the surviving members of Joy Division fulfilled the promise they made to one another by retiring their group's name and continuing on through the 1980s under the name New Order. Also on this date, in 2001, the fledgling movie studio DreamWorks SKG, founded by Hollywood heavyweights Steven Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and David Geffen, released what will become its most successful film to date. The animated feature Shrek, based on the William Steig 1990 children's book Shrek, was vividly reimagined by DreamWorks animators as a subversive twist on the classic Beauty and the Beast story. The studio had originally signed the comedian Chris Farley to provide the voice for the titular Green Ogre, and his death in December 1997 temporarily set the project back, as the character of Shrek has been tailored to his personality and voice. After Mike Myers signed on, he lent his own spin to the character, including a thick Scottish accent with the flavor of Myers' native Canada. The film turned many of the sentimental cliches of fairy tales on their heads with sympathetic portrayals of traditionally villainous figures such as ogres and dragons. In the world of Shrek, Prince Charming is a bumbling fool, while the orc emerges as the romantic hero. Alongside Myers, Eddie Murphy was allowed to improvise in his role as the donkey. Cameron Diaz voiced Princess Fiona, and John Lithgow was the scheming Lord Farquaad. In an unusual marketing strategy for an animated film, the big-name cast members were promoted as the stars of the film, as opposed to the animated characters themselves. DreamWorks entered Shrek in the Cannes Film Festival. Well, it was the first animated entry to compete there since 1974. It won no prizes, but began generating great word of mouth. Released in May 2001 to rave reviews, the film made $42 million in its opening week, the biggest DreamWorks opening ever, topping Ridley Scott's blockbuster historical epic Gladiator. Shrek's success helped establish DreamWorks as a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood, especially in the field of animation, where it emerges a viable rival to Walt Disney Pictures. At next year's Academy Awards, Shrek beat out Disney's Monster Inc. to win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, the first ever Oscar given in that category. It was also nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, May 18th, 2016, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter @The Enter Report, or on Instagram @The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.